Hi there guys, Joel here from Aussie Chart Trends. Today's update is for Tuesday, the 26th of February 2013. In today's update, we're going to be checking the S&P out and the Asx200 as per usual. Before we get into today's update, I just need to remind you that the website and the video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in this video is intended to be used as any form of investment advice. I'm not a licensed professional. You need to make your own decisions regarding your investments. I'm just here to help anyone searching for a practical direction in today's markets. Okay, looking at the S&P 500 here on the 15-minute chart, guys, we've clearly broke down from this 1497 area that we were talking about in yesterday's video. Now, in yesterday's video, we were discussing whether we would break this bottom line here to this rising wedge pattern, or whether we would go on up to take it to tag on this red line up here in 1520s. Guys, we had a perfect back test in last night's trade, and I actually took out some short positions so that I'm sitting fairly pretty there at the moment. But we end up coming down and breaking through our two levels of support here, one around that 1502 level and that 1497 level, and we closed at around that 1488 area. So where do we go from here? Well, potentially we will see the S&P probably rally up to tag on this broken neckline. Now, if that's the case, you would expect then that this line would be really strong resistance, and we would see the S&P come back down to get to that expected target. Now, that expected target is if we measure from the depth of the head down to the neckline, and then we just add that on to wherever the market broke down. So just here in this case, we can clearly see that we have a target there of around that 1466 area. Now, the fact that we have a target of 1466, that means if the S&P 500 is going to find support on this red line, it would have to do it fairly quickly. The reason being is because this line is ascending and the market is ever gradually getting down to this area. Well, we would probably get there over the next couple of days. I wouldn't be betting that we would get there in tonight's trade. If we did, well, we would find support then potentially on this red line, but I think the odds are, guys, it'll probably take us a few days to get down to this area, and once we do, I think we've got a good chance of taking this line out because it does exceed the expected minimum target, just by a fraction though. Okay, well that's pretty much it for the S&P 500. Let's take a look now at the Asx200. Okay, looking at the hourly chart here of the Asx200, you guys would probably notice from yesterday's update that a few changes have been made to the chart. Now, we came up in this this channel for ever so long, and that's defined by this bottom blue line, which I've changed the color to, and just to make it suited to this top color so that we can easily see it. Now, we've watched the Asx200 rally up in this channel, break down. That's when we had that 118 point drop last Thursday. Then we had a rally on Friday to rally up to back test this broken channel line. Then on Monday's trade, we gathered some steam again, and we've rallied on up to tag up on this top line. Then in yesterday's video, we were looking at this little pattern overall. It looked like a little flag pattern where the markets rally up and you sort of see this little sideways action, and we were waiting to see this bottom line break. Now, we got that breakdown today, and after we broke down viciously, we rallied on back up to back test this broken trend line here. So what does all this mean? Well, you'll notice that I've moved this green line. I had it actually drawn over here, but you can see now that we've got a number of tags up on this top line, and I've changed this bottom trend line here to green because I want to highlight that it looks like that we've made a definite triangle top. And I know that I was discussing in yesterday's video that potentially we've been looking at a broadening top formation, but I think that this pattern looks more suited than what the broadening top formation does now that we have more data on the chart. So all we simply do is we measure the depth of this pattern, and then we add that on to wherever the market breaks down. So say in tomorrow's trade we were to break down from this green line here, which is around that 5,000 level exactly. If we broke this area, you could expect that we would have a minimum move down to around that 4,920 area as an expected target. Now, funny enough, we have a support area down here exactly on that 4,920 area. Now, where does this line come from? It comes from the neckline to our inverted head and shoulders pattern. So guys, necklines usually hold as fairly strong support. So let's see in the coming day if we get that break of that triangle pattern and whether we come down to find support around that 4,920 area, which is roughly 70 points or so away from where we closed today. I'll be back tomorrow with another fresh daily market update, and it's quite interesting how the Asx200 is playing out, and the fact that there always seems to be a surprise at a top in the markets. But just expect weakness in the coming week, and be sure to watch the video updates. I'll be back tomorrow with a fresh daily market update.